Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Relo 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Green Empire player, we have Yuno. Spawn on the top right side as the Blue Soviets, we have BluesMagoos. I suppose cyan is a kind of blue. Oh, howdy. Just saw your team, not teams, YouTube message. Or chat. I'm going crazy. We do have these Doja cores pushing the way forward. Likely one to here, one over here, and let's see where they're going. We got the bear here trying to interrupt any sort of engineer deployment. We got a burst drone here. Burst drones cannot land on top of bears and explode. Just spot the Doja core right there. Now the bear's going to make its way back over here. It's safe from being crushed. I'm exhausted right now. Daylight savings is kicking my butt. I hate daylight savings. Engineers will go ahead and capture up that oil derrick. Black troopers do find the Doja core, and there's a good number of bears here as well. Trying inside the garrison with this Imperial warrior, and does get inside the. Oh, he gets a massive roar off there. Does take out both the flak troopers, and looks like the bear does get a trade there with an Imperial warrior, or maybe got gunned down with the garrison. Engineer likely being deployed out now. Garrison being cleaned up by the Molotovs. This one get inside the garrison as well. Your warrior is advancing forward. He may need to do a bonsai charge, but no, does lose one there. Great mic for the bears. And now the Molotovs coming forward and cleans out that garrison as well. Does go in. Oh, nice. Oh, not even mutual trade there. Gets it before he pulls out his sword entirely. Daylight savings originally came about for power saving. I'm not exactly sure how every country's reasoning why, but I'm pretty sure, like, for example, in Germany, they did it not because, like, oh, it's meant for farmers. It's meant for, say, factory workers able to use more natural lighting than artificial lighting. Back when power production was much less, and they had to be a bit more concerned about the energy grid. They still have to be concerned about the energy grid nowadays, but nowadays we just keep our lights on 24/7, and we rely on artificial lighting 24/7 hours a day. I'm not sure where you're living at, but in the States, all of our supermarkets, all the lights are on 24 hours a day, no matter what. During the daytime, during nighttime, they're just always on. So it's less and less useful for energy saving. Mechatanku does get infected there. He does go ahead and take it out. Burst drone does get on top of the hammer tank. And now got conscripts advancing forward, trying to deal with the garrison. Got Molotovs rolling on in. Hasn't really been doing a good job of avoiding the Molotovs. And that looks like actual attack order. If I remember correctly, a good video, if you're curious about more about daylight savings, is a video by CPG Gray. There's a lot of good information videos with sort of how to describe it, cartoonish style without being cartoonish, if that makes any sort of sense. Stick figure, pretty much. First drone is still on top of the hammer tank there, and looks like there is a wall breach here. Chopper VXs are advancing forward, trying to get some harassment. There's one bullfrog out on the field, and does take out the burst drone now. And with that burst drone there, it's able to provide him some great scouting information. And does take out the bullfrog there. Did see a bit of fire, but now he's able to pick off everything because of thanks to that scouting. He's able to know exactly where his opponent was and how much it was composition. Yep, he made a one. I'm not sure how long ago. It's a pretty old video. I think his first set of videos was like involving the various election styles, first past the post, alternate vote, and all that sort. I think that's some of his first videos. What was that, like 2012? Holy crap. Oro Derrick's now under siege from the Chopper VXs. That'll make both Oro Derricks now down. And it does take out that Terror Drone now. Yep, that moment when you start feeling old. Civilian structure received a bit of fire there. We've got the Chopper VXs sieging down the garrison. Able to destroy the garrison as well. Now trying to pursue the conscripts, or they're just going to crawl away. Just trying to get the structures cleaned up. Got bullfrogs coming to respawn. Got some jet tangoos in the air as well. You go ahead and transform them down. Does lose one. I think I saw a flak trooper fire burst as well. There may be a flak trooper in one of these garrisons. Going out Ore Refinery. And now have a Desolate Airstrike right here as well. Does get some good hits there. Does use a jet tango to draw fire. Now trying to pursue these bullfrogs. Bullfrogs getting good engagement. Let's see how all the bullfrogs there trying to siphon down the structure for extra health. Molotovs are raining in on the Ore Refinery, putting up the wall segment to disrupt them. That's going to get inside the garrison once again. More Molotovs raining on in. Molotovs, of course, can hit the wall segments. RTS called 0K? I have not. I'll take a look at it. More wall segments coming up forward. And we do got a jet tango over here. And more of these garrisons being cleaned on up. Look how many garrisons are actually garrisoned by the Soviet player. I suppose you could just throw conscripts everywhere and slow down your opponent. Anytime your opponent has to spend time to get rid of your conscripts outside of garrisons is actually a good trade. Because conscripts are cheap, Imperial Warriors are more expensive, so it's not a mutual trade. And if you just stall out your opponent, that never hurts as well. There's a Crusher Crane on this expansion point here, able to get some good repairs. Oh, that's a little bit morbid. Very solemn of you, eh? Looks like he is a little bit low on funding, having trouble pulling out wall segments. Does he get transformed right there? This ore collector is quite wounded. Does go and up armor it, so we'll keep it safe from the honorable discharge. Now got some think busters being deployed on out. The hammer tank is now sort of falling on back. Got some bullfrogs making their way to the center. Grab the garage as either player can be very handy. Now got twin blade on the field. Got jet tangos, however, in the mix. If jet tango does go down, got a good number of bullfrogs out in the field as well. Cash brought down the tank busters, trying to gun them down with the twin blade. Very nice. One goes down. Hammer tanks are trying to get some leech beams off, grab some extra guns. Got some jet tankers here, getting some repairs, leeching down some of these tsunami tanks. Now got a conscript being para-dropped in. And it looks like these tank busters will go ahead and go on down. Though it looks like the cash bounty actually wore off. We'll only get a couple of rebates. Or bounties, I should say. Striker VX is on the high ground, very nice. That provides great anti-aircraft coverage. Does lose some forces. Does get now a dual-wielding hammer tank. Death Search does come on in as well, blocking down the instant dojo. Hammer tank's going to push its way forward. There's a lot of wall segments to break through here, but going for this dojo is probably a good idea. When the Striker VXs do go down, Tsunami tank over here, now the focus is more off. And more wall segments going on up. More harassment, very good. Harassment here as well. I don't know why that seemed awfully green, but it is cyan. And now the ore refinery is being under siege. Not sure what his defense will be. We've got some more Chopper VXs, more Mecha Tengus. This ore collector is being pursued. This one was cleaned up by the hammer tank. Though I think the ore collector is way over here. It can be sent back to the line. Has received enough health to get back and going. And it looks like this one may be left out to dry. Lots of fire coming down on that ore refinery. These twin blades will pose a problem. You need some striker VXs here. Those are conscript on the high ground. Very good. Now Tsunami Tanks receiving a bit of fire. Here comes the striker VXs. It's one of the twin blades. Both the twin blades were severely wounded. Now one's fully dead. Tsunami Tanks advancing forward. Gets good hits there onto the hammer tanks. And there goes some more of the hammer tanks. The hammer tanks being pursued by the Tsunami Tanks. Got some jet tangus or mega tangus in the mix as well. Takes out a good number of these hammer tanks. Can't go to use Nam the Fuck to get these guys healed up a little bit. Conscripts are on the high ground, and now the chopper VXs are in pursuit of the last remaining hammer tank. And does not leech down anything in time. Jet Tango's flying about. There's, of course, a Tesla coil, which will stop any Jet Tango harassment. Reactor going on up, and a Zuno flat cannon to prevent any chopper VX harassment. Construction yard receiving quite a bit of fire. Over here, we've got the Tsunami Tanks running around. And as you use now the deflector right there, getting some much needed health and mobility. Ooh, and the Soviet MCV is almost down. Soviet MC does go down there. Twin Blades unable to save it. Tsunami Tanks out at sea. And there's no more flak tower here, so now the Chopper DX is able to clean up everything. He does have a, what's it called, a crusher crane for deployment of structures. Takes out the Tesla coil as well. Now go for the flak cannon. Flak cannon does get stopped. Now it can start hitting the rest of the stuff. Now Tsunami Tanks can push in their damage as well. Over here, hammer tanks are advancing forward. Both of them are not outgunned. We got a Tsunami Tank and a pair of jet mecha tangoos. Here comes another Tsunami Tank. With the repairs from the mecha bay, should be able to win out this no problem. Does save us mecha tangoos. Focus fire is pretty good for the Tsunami Tanks. And hammer tanks are unable to focus fire past the DPS of the mecha bay. Notice we got some MiGs out in the sky. 4 MiGs. We got these Tsunami Tanks advancing forward. In the airfield, moving quite nice. Going for a defensive wall. Oh, he's still hitting it. The wall's not actually fully built. Does get enough income to finish the wall. Try and focus down the wall now. He's focused down one of the wall segments. There we go. He's getting that gap. But see how slow the wall is being built. It does take out the airfield before losing it. Before the wall goes up, I should say. So it takes down the mix as well, trying to hit that ore collector. Just a bit on suicide run. The naval expansion has been fully cleaned on up. Looks like he killed off his own terror drone there with the... it could have been the Tsunami Tanks, but I don't think it was the Twin Blade. As conscript's still here for scouting purposes, the chopper VXs can take it out, and does manage to save the ore collector. The ore collector is severely wounded, so we have reduced income. Or, if I remember correctly, they only reduce like the income by about 10%, which is noticeable, but not as critical as people may believe. These are the chopper VX. Got some bears out at sea, some sea bears. Let's draw a circle in order to prevent them from attacking. Let's get a nice point defense drone right there. One of the MiGs do go down. The other two are not near the crusher crane. Oh, looks like he is in range of the crusher crane's repair radius. Or this one is, but not the other two. Most Tsunami Tanks has been infected. Could try blitzing back on home in order to stay alive. The garage down in the middle of the map has not been claimed. Let's go ahead and finish off. Nope, there's still this Terror Drone did actually kill it off and gets a reinfect. So now I'm taking advancing forward, may break some wall segments, and that's about it. Do that, and now a Tesla Trooper deployed on the field. Point defense drone does absorb that shot. Over here, looks like I got some various, looks like the one that makes it go down, the other two makes it severely wounded. Let's take the Prospector there. He could take time to, does get an extra gun there on the Hammer Tank. I was going to say he could try using the EM Disruptor ability. Trying to highlight it, but I can't highlight it for some odd reason. Oh well, I may need to have the player actually selected. And this Terror Drone's going to be limping away. It's elite, but damaged. Pressure Crane can repair it. We got a bear on the high ground. And the bear does get cleaned up. The conscript has gone down as well. Howdy. I just saw your message, your YouTube comment. Does get a trade there, but that's good for the conscript. The Soviet player. Not as like a good for the conscript. And now I've got the Hammer Tank with 2 guns advancing forward. We've got a handful of bullfrogs here to support. And does throw a conscript onto the high ground. Good volley there by the Chopper VXs, or Striker VXs does take both of them out. Jet Tank is advancing forward. We're seeing quite a bit of fire there, focusing on some of these Hammer Tanks. Terror Drone, the Elite one is here, severely wounded. Jet Tank, the Mecha Tank is completely cleaning that up. But also a Tank Buster in the mix as well, picking off one of these Mecha Tankers one at a time. And the Conscript's going to be gunning down the Tank Busters as well. Conscript on the high ground does get cleaned on up. We got a Terror Drone in here as well. And looks like all those Conscripts went down, probably to an honorable discharge. Terror Drone's still alive. Crushed Tank Buster will get crushed. And something being deployed out right there. I'm not sure what though. Wait, no, it's Empire. Okay, just more wall segments. That's what he's trying to do. Trying to leech down the Instant Dojo. Maybe one of the few times where a Rock Angel wouldn't hurt, but that's never going to happen. Instant Dojo does pull out one more Tank Buster before going down. And make another one. Oh, sorry, I just saw your message. Futurist version of the Soviet Union? Not really. It's Red Alert. Red Alert takes everything sci-fi and skew it in a weird direction. You got the, how to put it? You got Tesla troopers, Tesla coils, flying blimps, not sure if that's futuristic or not, and things of that sort. And conscripts with AK-47 Molotovs. It takes everything and shifts it a weird direction. That basically sums up Red Alert. Mecha Bay Corps now receiving quite a bit of fire from the Hammer Tanks. Tank Busters advancing forward, and one Imperial Warrior. He's trying to go for a crush there. Gets a nice crush there. One more Tank Busters on the flank. And Tsunami Tanks being deployed on out. Chopper VXs are pushing their way forward, getting some good damage onto the Hammer Tanks. Hammer Tanks are focusing on these Tsunami Tanks. As well as are focusing on some of these units one by one. Got more and more Tank Busters over here. Yeah. Racial stereotypes? Sort of. Not really sure if anime is racial stereotypes with the Japanese. More of a cultural stereotype. I think cultural stereotypes is probably a better term than racial stereotypes. Is a generator now under siege? It looks like this refinery will go down. Over here, we've got some Chopper VXs advancing forward, trying to hit some of these structures. We've got some Jet Tangos in the air as well. Let's go and just turn on health bars. And now the Crusher Crane is being focused on. Solar Player has not rebuilt his MCV. That means this could be MCV inside of here, but if he loses that, he will not get MCV and start losing all his production. with the lack of NCB is going what's causing Soviet player downplay because he has not built it. He spent too much time on the Crusher Crane and didn't take time to rebuild it. And now the Empire player spanned out the sea, and the Soviet player has backed surrendered. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.